Good morning, good morning. I'm just going to share this over in my Facebook group, so bear with me if you pop on live. And if you're watching the replay, give me 1 second, just sharing this over in my group. And share. It's done. You can close that down. Hi. Right, I got some exciting shares today. I went to the spa yesterday. Hi, whoever's watching. Hey. I went to spa yesterday because it's like my favourite thing ever in the world. And oh, hi, Sam. And I almost didn't go, actually. I was telling my 4 weeks of desire ladies about this. I almost didn't go because I've been to the spa about 3 weeks ago, and part of me was like, oh, that's way too decadent. You can't go again because what will the staff think of you? Like, what will the people who work there think about, oh my God, maybe they will think that you're just like wasting your money, or oh my God, like who does she think she is spending all her money at the spa? And then I realized what I was doing, and I was like, what the fuck? Laughed at myself, told my 4 weeks of desire ladies about it, and went to the fucking spa anyway, because why not? Just gonna have a drink, wait there. So I'm doing this detox, this gut cleanse thing. It's like a 12-week program, so it's pretty fucking intense. But I'm on the 6th day, and I feel so fucking wired. Whee! Like, high on life, high on the amazing conversation I just had with I call her my Thai bride, because she is my sparring partner at Thai boxing. But my bestie, Hannah Jakes, who is an amazing personal trainer, you should check her out. But normally what I would do when I wake up, like worrying in the morning, sometimes that happens, I like wake up and I'm like, oh, what's my brain going to beat me up about first thing this morning? Woohoo! And the thing that came to me was actually worrying that I have this pattern. Wow, this is going off on a real tangent. I am going to get to the point really soon, I promise, but I've just gone on one now, so let's just go with it. So I woke up this morning kind of worrying about this friendship, because I worried that for some reason there was like a distance growing. And then I acknowledged in my little tired brain that actually this is a pattern of mine, that I get close to people, we connect on an emotional level, on a deep spiritual level, and then my brain decides that they don't want anything to do with me, and that they've seen inside my soul and how horrible and terrible I am as a person, and they've seen the real me, and now they're going to reject me. And so I subconsciously, I actually start shutting myself down and detaching myself from the relationship. And that's so fucking weird. I don't know though how many of you do that, so I'd love to know if you've ever done that in like a romantic relationship, or with family or friends, or you know, in a work situation or whatever. If you've ever noticed that, like when you feel like you've really connected with someone, then you start kind of almost, you put the shutters in the way emotionally yourself, and then your brain convinces you that it's coming from them. It's like, thanks brain. So I decided that this friendship was way too important to me, and that I'm a different person now, and I don't have to, a little bit of fluff, that I don't have to repeat that pattern anymore, that it's actually a choice. And so I thought, right, what would I do? And this is something that you can do with any belief or pattern in your life. It's so fucking simple. What would I do if I just trusted and believed and knew that this person still cared about me and wanted my friendship in the same way that they did a few months ago? What would I do in this moment? And I thought, well, I've got the morning off, so I'd probably just text and say, do you want to meet for coffee, bride? And so that's what I did. And we went for coffee, and we had an awesome time. And I feel super fucking high on life, because I've not had any refined sugar for a week, or any wheat or gluten, because I'm doing this detox, but also because we just had such a great time. And I told her about this ridiculous pattern that had happened in my head, and it was all very amusing. So it's a projection. Yes, it absolutely is, Sam. It absolutely is. So what I wanted to do originally on this live stream, before I went off on one about that, was that I wanted to just read to you my beautiful journal. Isn't it beautiful? My best friend, apart from Hannah, so my best friend. And I've been journaling again on money mindset. Now, those of you who followed me for a while know that not only is this one of my... Oh, I've just received... I can't see. Someone is... commenting, but for some reason it's not showing up. That's annoying. Sam, if you want this journal, paper chase all the way. So anyway, let me get on to what I was going to talk about. Those of you who followed me for a while will know that I'm not only obsessed with money mindset, but that I teach money mindset. I help people with their money mindset, and it's one of like my most favorite things to work on, because it's never about the money. It's always about bigger issues. It's always connected to so many different areas of our life, and when you start to dig into your money mindset and do the work there, you see the ripple effects everywhere. Hi Jodie, nice to see you. Hey girl. Right, so I'm going to tell you a little bit about what I journaled on yesterday, and I might even just read parts of it to you because it was so profound to me. And the reason that I started this live stream talking about my cup of coffee, well, not coffee, I had green tea because obviously detox. Hey girl. That was Jodie saying hi. That wasn't just me randomly doing like a schizophrenic multiple personality thing where I just suddenly say hi to people. It's going to be one of those live streams, guys, so buckle up. Yeah, so the reason that I told you about meeting with my friend Hannah just before is because I told her a little bit about this, and she was like, I'm so glad you've told me about that, because that's really helped me with something that I've been struggling with. And that was to me just like, ding, ding, ding. Right, you need to share this with your audience and with people and get it out there, because it's important that people know. So I started journaling yesterday on money mindset for the first time in like months, if I'm honest. I've been journaling on other stuff, but not money mindset. And I go into a little bit why in the journal. And so I started it by saying, I actually feel excited again to be working on this, which feels so good. And I want this to instill in me that I may have times where I plateau, and I may even worry that I've lost interest in self-development. But I know now that I am renewed in my quest, because I'm now coming from a space of knowing that I am enough and wanting to continue cementing my belief that I am enough. Thinking now, I realise how much it resonates with me when one of my favourite mentors speaks about feeling it's a trick when she gets to do what she does, because she loves it so much. She feels like it's an amazing lady called Katrina Ruth. She has been talking about, I follow her page and I just think she's got a kick-ass energy. And she was talking the other day about how, you know, when she does what she does, because it's so fucking, it just is so in flow and so much fun for her, that it's like, oh, hang on a minute, is this a trick? Like, this should be illegal. I shouldn't be getting away with having this much fun whilst I'm doing my job. And I was like, holy fuck balls, that's how I feel. And so when I watched that video the other day, it just really got me thinking, and it resonated, which is part of why I journaled on it. So I put here, but I also feel that I get caught up in that thinking that I have to behave, feel, think a certain way in case people judge me and then don't give me their money. Like, they might resent the way I live my life, but I'm compelled to give her money and sign up for her programs and things because of her energy, because I want to buy into her energy and her lifestyle. Somehow her living her life that way almost gives me permission or acknowledgement about the way that I desire to live my life. And I also loved it when she said she wanted acknowledgement, and she said in her live stream something along the lines of acknowledgement, and then like checked herself and went, but whoever said that wanting acknowledgement was a bad thing? And again, that was like ding, ding, ding in my head. I realised that I've been denying to myself that I love acknowledgement and appreciation. And the reason that I wrote a bit more about it, so I'll just tell you. And I just put, I feel like I've been hiding my desire to be appreciated and acknowledged, but actually I'm now realising that it can feel embarrassing to compliment someone I admire, and so my tribe might feel the same way about me. And I put here, I love to be acknowledged. It's affirming, it's in flow, and that is where I want to live my life. Damn it. Yes, I actually wrote that in my journal. By being okay with, making peace with, and sharing my love and of acknowledgement and appreciation, I'll get more of it. And some of that will definitely be financial appreciation and acknowledgement in the form of high-level client sign-ups. And then in my signature style, put yes. Ah, thank you, Sam. I know you do. And I have resisted it because it felt wrong or bad to want or to admit to wanting appreciation and acknowledgement. Like it gave away my power. So this is the pattern that I've been running, was that to admit that I like to be acknowledged or appreciated was somehow placing my power, my happiness in someone else's hands. But as I continue... This is like fucking Jack and Ori's story time with Georgina Noel. Getting a deep insight into my journaling brain here, ladies and gentlemen. So I put here that by admitting that I wanted appreciation and acknowledgement, like it gave away my power. But now I see that by facing it and owning it, I turn the table on that. I invite it, love it, appreciate it, and take it as a nod from the big you, as in the universe, that I'm on the right path. It does not own me. It does not diminish my personal power or self-belief if I don't get it. And this is the key. I don't need acknowledgement and appreciation to survive. So I put, do I need it to be happy? And it was like, part of me says yes. And I asked why. But I guess it goes back to interpreting it as love from my parents and teachers, etc. Now, and I just put, I'm a grown-up now. I approve of and acknowledge and appreciate myself. Anyone else's approval or acknowledgement is just the icing on the cake. But there's still a little voice. And this was the interesting bit, was that when I journaled, I always tell my clients to journal through the problem until you hit a resolution. So that might sound like it's a resolution for me to kind of get that reframe of understanding. Oh, okay, so actually it's okay to want approval and acknowledgement as long as it doesn't define you and you don't allow it to scratch away at your self-belief and confidence and passion if you don't get it, right? So you have to be able to give it to yourself first in order to receive it from others. So when I realised and turned the table on that, I then heard like this little voice that said, there's a part of me that contradicts it, that says, no, actually you do still need it. So I asked myself the question, what does this voice need? And I went and did some matrix work with her. Bearing in mind, I was actually at the spa while I did this. So I was journaling by the pool, and then I was like, right, I need to matrix. I got up in my little swimsuit, went into the aromatherapy, into the salt inhalation steam room, sat there fucking tapping and crying. No one else was in there. I just like to point this out. It's just me. This is how I spend my time at the spa, fucking tapping and crying. Jesus. Get a life now. But I love it. It's like my space to really be able to take some time for me and do the self-work and release all that crap, and then I can relax even more. So this is how I like to spend my time, people. So what does this voice need, right? She's a wide-eyed, scared little me. So I went and did the matrix, and let me just tell you what happened in the matrix briefly. So I went in to speak to this little kid who still felt like she needed approval and appreciation to be happy. She was trapped in a room and she was skittering around like a spider. So it wasn't actually a memory. It was quite an abstract concept, which happens for me sometimes when I do inner child work. It's not necessarily a specific memory. So when people ask me like, oh, I don't know, I don't have any memories, I'm like, that really doesn't make any difference for the work we're going to do together, because very often I don't get a specific memory either. It's just like this abstract concept. So she was trapped in a room and she was skittering around like a spider and panicking. She told me that she couldn't escape the thoughts in her head, and I cried as I told her I understood and noticed how my own head feels clearer even though I remembered that feeling. So that was quite a nice moment for me, because I realised that in this body, in this moment now, as this person, I don't have that skittering trapped in my head feeling anymore. I understand that thoughts are transient and that I create my reality. And that's been such a shift that's happened over a period of years, that looking back at this little kid, it made me feel like sorry for her, that she'd had to live so many years of her life, or so many years of my life, trapped in her own head and feeling so alone and like she couldn't, you know, she couldn't get out of her own head. She didn't know what to do with them. It was like she couldn't get the thoughts out of her head, and they were just going to keep building until eventually her skull would just explode. So the more she panicked, the smaller the room became. And I told her that if she sits and breathes, the room will grow. So she sat and we exhaled the room, but it actually got smaller. I sat with her, she sat on my lap, and we tapped. We tapped and breathed, and the room shrank until we were bigger than it. So that was kind of a weird thing. I'd expected that the room would grow with each exhale, it would expand. But actually what happened is the room shrunk and just became insignificant. And then all she could see was a little square with a black dot in it. So the room didn't exist anymore. It was just a square with a black dot in. If you've ever done any kind of work with me or any of this EFT matrix inner child type stuff, you'll know that it can get fucking weird. So this is just an insight into the work that I do on myself. So imagine what it's like when you when I'm working with someone else. We go deep. So we kept tapping on that until it was just a memory of a dot. And then we were in a meadow, and in my meadow, which is like my happy place. And she is met by a bay-coloured horse who she loves. And he is there to protect her, love her, and play with her. She is happy. Now, there was something else I wanted to share with you. Oh, actually, this wasn't something that I journaled on. I just realised the other thing I wanted to share with you today was this idea that just because you haven't sorted out all of your shit doesn't mean you can't help someone else with theirs. So for my example, I realised that I had kind of shut the door on working on my own money mindset stuff because I'd moved into a space of helping others with their stuff around money. And I started to feel like I was tripping myself up and feeling like a fraud for some reason, and I couldn't figure out why. And then I realised it was actually only yesterday when I was driving home. This is why it's important to have spa breaks, because it gives my brain a rest and allows me to receive the information that I need to continue living my life in the way that I desire, to continue helping you. So people, if you've never done it, book yourself a fucking massage and go and enjoy yourself and just be amazed at the amount of clarity that this shit brings. Anyway, so I was driving home and it just like landed in me like, oh my God, this aha moment. I've neglected to admit to myself that I still have money stuff, because I was scared that if I admitted that to myself, it would make me less helpful for other people, or that people would look at me and go, well, she doesn't know what she's fucking talking about. She still worries about money. She still worries if she's going to get any more coming in, or if she's hit her upper limit now and she'll never be able to make that much money ever again, and blah, blah, blah. So I've got all sorts of beliefs that have come up since I up-leveled financially in, kind of the beginning half of this year. And I cleared a lot of stuff in order to be able to up-level to that point. And then for a little while, I kind of plateaued and just felt really comfortable and really happy and totally joyful and free around money, which is fucking brilliant. And then these little thoughts started coming back, and I was thinking, well, that's interesting. Where are they? Sorry, I just had a little reminder. I just had to get rid of it. And well, that's kind of an interesting insight. Like, why am I starting to feel these things again? And rather than continuing to journal and do the tapping work on my money mindset, what did I do? I ignored it. Holy fucking shit. That's an admission for you. So, because I pride myself on clearing my shit when it pops up, I was really I felt like a little bit ashamed and embarrassed, but it was almost as though subconsciously my belief that I didn't deserve any more, or that I'd kind of hit as much as I was ever going to make, and it would be greedy or embarrassing or shameful to make any more. Like, who am I to make more money? I don't deserve more money. If I have more money, people won't want to give me money. People won't want to come work with me because they'll be like, oh, she's already got plenty. And all of these thoughts started coming up, and I was like, fuck, I cannot believe that I've been resisting and hiding from all of that stuff. But that's the stuff that made me stop doing the money mindset work, because subconsciously it was more powerful than my desire and belief that I wanted to continue moving forward in that area of my life. So sometimes we get stuck in this place of, I've actually done enough in that area now. Like I've worked hard enough on my business, and I've got enough clients. I've done enough work, and I've changed quite a lot. So I don't actually need to do any more. What's that little wow face for, Sam? I want to know why you're wowing me. Tell me. Wow. Oh, hi, Michael. So when I think about the fact that I was kind of hiding from those thoughts myself, it just makes me realize that there's probably some of you lot in my community who are also denying that you would like more, or that you would like something other, because there's part of you that feels like you've already succeeded, you've already done well, things have changed for you this year or recently, and you're feeling like, you know, that's it for me. I never thought it would get this good. That's what I was thinking earlier this year. I never thought I'd be this financially stable. I never thought I'd be this successful in my business. I never thought I'd make this much money, have this big an impact on the world, be able to help create this much change in people's lives. I never thought I'd be able to do all of this. I never thought I'd really, truly have the life that I desired. And so because those thoughts were more powerful than my desire to create more, they took over and I sabotaged. And I didn't even fucking know I was doing it. So I guess my message to you today is, if there's an area of your life that you've been working on and you feel like, you know what, I've actually done enough in that area and I've made enough money, or I've had enough love, or whatever it is, just think about what is it that you still want? And ask yourself, why is it that you've decided that you can settle for what you have now? Is it because you feel like you don't deserve anymore? Is it because you wish to focus on another area of your life? Or are you failing to see that actually all areas of your life are interconnected? What is it? What's stopping you from really going after the business or the life that you truly desire? And I'm really keen to know here, people, because let me tell you, when you admit this to yourself, when you realize that even though you've done a lot of work and you've progressed a lot, there's still more work to do. And it's no longer, this is the real shift for me, it's no longer coming from a place of feeling like I'm not enough, or I need to be fixed, or I'm broken. It's now coming from a place of, I love myself enough to do the fucking work, because I know I deserve more. I know that I deserve to help more people. I know I deserve to bring in more money. I know that I deserve to bring in more energy. And most recently, I know I deserve to take care of my body, which is why I'm doing this detox. So if you love yourself enough, you will take the steps, you will make the investments, you will do the things that you need to do or that you desire to do. So I'd love to know what those things are. I'm going to get off my preachy soapbox now, because I'm all like juiced up, and I'm going to go and work with a lovely money mindset client. And I'm going to help her continue to shift her shit, because it's fucking powerful work. So hit me up in the comments below if you know that you've struggled with any of the stuff that's resonated with you in any way, or helped you in some way, helped you feel like, oh my God, it's not just me. Maybe it's helped you understand an area of your life or a belief that you've just been pushing to the side because you were like, no, I've dealt with that. I'm going to put that over there. Can't be fucking asked to deal with that again. It will go away if I just put it under the carpet, brush it aside, it'll be fine. Yeah, let me know in the comments below. And also, obviously, if you want to work with me and you want an experience of what it is like to have this energy helping you with your subconscious bullshit, then let me know, because oh my God, I want to get in there and pull that shit apart and help you live your most fucking awesome life. Big love to you, and thanks so much for watching. Bye.